Hello, this is Dr. Scott Werner, and I'm doing a presentation today because Emmanuel Zavaios, a good friend of ours, has requested us to do this, and we want to let you know that we are spiritual teachers, and Emmanuel does healings and the God Code and many things that are very amazing, the emotion code, excuse me, and he does some amazing things. Me, I've had, 5 near-death experiences, and they've been quite interesting, and it always happened when I was in various low times in my life. In fact, my latest one was 6 years ago, and I was pretty much dead, up on the ceiling looking down at my body. My heart was still beating, but my organs were failed, and I was having a really rough time. And these 5 beings showed up around me, and they looked like little gray aliens that were actually dressed up in golden suits, and they were trying to take me with them. And I had this feeling I should not go with them, that I should come back into my body, and so I did. And it was pretty difficult because most of my organs and systems had failed, but I knew how to fix things, and so I figured I could come back in and revive my pancreas, my kidneys, my thyroid had Hashimoto's and it basically shut down, and so I was in a bad way. But that's not going to stop us from being true to who we are. And by being true, I mean we need to be the person that God created to do things on this planet. We're here to experience things. Now, he wanted me to talk about embodying these NDE experiences. NDE means near-death experience. And enhancing our spiritual awareness and locking arms with our guides. Well, it was, one of my guides is Saint Germain, and he came and brought me the information for the book, The Next Step in Human Evolution, back in 2014. And I got it published in 2015, and then he sent me down to South America to be with Father Gabriel Mejia, and that's another book that I've written. But, when Saint Germain appeared to me, he told me how vitally important it would be to create perfected DNA back into our bodies. And, so literally, he gave me all the information in the book, The Next Step in Human Evolution, and we have the divine invocation, which is manifesting the perfected DNA back into our bodies, not just 2 strands of perfected DNA, but 24 strands. And so, currently we're in an era where our DNA is being altered by certain things that they're doing to most of the humans on the planet, and it's making our DNA not as perfect as God made it. And so we need to remanifest perfected DNA back into our bodies. But getting back to the near-death experience and how important it is to have our guides, and Saint Germain is one of my guides, so is Jesus. A lot of people are saying, oh, Jesus is a myth. Jesus is not real. He was just a made-up story so that a new religion could come in. And, I have actually met Jesus 6 times, and each time he came to me during very difficult times in my life and actually assisted me in resolving those problems and getting back on my path. And so I don't have to have faith in Jesus anymore. I know Jesus exists. I know that he's alive and well and here helping us. All we have to do is pray and ask for his help, and we will get help. Now, one of my near-death experiences was on my mission. I actually served a mission for the LDS Church, and about halfway through it, we were on a preparation day, and we were riding our bikes out on a road there in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and a guy went out of his way, ran into me, threw me into a telephone pole, and I don't remember that part, but I do remember waking up in the hospital with a sheet over my head, and I was like, what the heck? So I threw off the sheet, and these ladies start screaming, "Estaba muerta, estaba muerta," and I said, no, soy vivo. And she got a hold of the doctor that had declared me dead about 30 minutes earlier. And I was on a gurney waiting to go down to the morgue. And I got up off the gurney and I felt pretty rough, but I didn't think I had died. And the doctor comes running up and he says, "Oh, you shouldn't even be standing. Your leg was broken, your arm was broken, your back was broken." And he says, "Can I re-x-ray you, because you're standing and you're not acting like you've had anything wrong." And it was really interesting because during that near-death experience, I should say, I actually experienced meeting some of my guides, and they told me I needed to go to medical school when I got done with my mission, go back to college and finish up pre-med and get into medical school and become a medical doctor. And, at the time I was going to do some other things. And I won't go into that because I don't have time, because I want this to be a very concise message. But my guides guided me, and literally I had a lot of opposition of going to medical school because my wife didn't want me to leave the little town of Cedar City, Utah. I got married and had 2 kids while I was going to college, and I finished up. I did really well on my MCATs and did well in school, and applied to 10 different medical schools and got in 6 of them. But spiritually speaking, my guides guided me to go to St. Louis University Medical School in St. Louis, Missouri, because they said I would get the best education there and it would be spiritual. And sure enough, it was. And so when we have these near-death experiences, our guides become more clear. They don't seem so distant, because everybody I talk to every day, I do intuitive readings, medical intuitive readings on people, and they always say, I need to know who my guides are. I need to know what I'm supposed to do with my life. And I tune into their guides and let them know who they are, and we give them a message from them. And a lot of times, that message is very good, and we're able to get a lot of information that's very good for them and helps them with their health, helps them with their life and everything. And so I just want to be real concise in that if you have had a near-death experience and you don't understand it, my wife actually does near-death readings on people and can go to past lives and find information for you. And Vicki Werner, she's very adept at this stuff, and currently she's doing a lot of her own education with tapping, and that's been very beneficial for her and all of her clients, because tapping is a good way to release emotions that aren't serving you, negative emotions and different things. And when you do past life readings and meet your guides, those help you tremendously to know where your life needs to be heading and what issues you're going through. And so very beneficial stuff. But Emmanuel asked me to do this because he's very adept at doing the body code and helping people change their emotional traumas and bring them back to being in better circumstance in their minds and in their emotional bodies. So Emmanuel Zavaios is very, very incredible. He's a good friend, and we both love each other. And in fact, you know, he's the one that asked me to do this video, and I want to give him credit because you know, I haven't been on YouTube a lot lately. I need to be on more. And I thank you for listening today. If you want to get a hold of Emmanuel, I don't know if he wants me to give out his phone number, but it's interesting. He is available at 435-680-1303, or you can find him on YouTube or on the internet. I wish I had more of his information. To get a hold of me and make an appointment, call 435-986-0025. That's our office, and they make appointments for me. And for Vicki, you call 435-773-5177. Thank you for listening today, and I hope I've helped you learn how important it is to pay attention to our lessons in this life and get to know your guides, because they can help you through this life and make it easier for you. So thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.